Hello there, it's me again. I thought I would drop in and just say a few words. I hope you're getting on well with your practice, with your program. Take it lightly, guys. Don't be heavy about it. Ideally, we would sit each day, but there will be some days where there's just too much, and that's okay. Don't give yourself a hard time about it. Be light about your practice. Commitment and lightness. Commitment and lightness. How do you hold those two together? I can't tell you. But that's what we have to do. There's a strength and yet there's a lightness. If you miss a day, it doesn't matter. Just meditate again today, tomorrow, whatever it is. Look at it like this. You have to meditate every single day, except when you don't. So our intention is to sit every day. But sometimes it's just something happens where we don't. But just watch out for making excuses. Okay. Now you have to be at home with conundrums or koans here. With two views that seem to be very opposite. Commitment and lightness. You have to sit every day, but you don't. What does it really mean? This takes us beyond the intellect into an intuitive understanding. Okay. But what I just want to say a few words about everyday mindfulness, everyday awareness, or practice in everyday life. It's what I call the in-between times. Let's say we're sitting down and we have a thought or an impulse, oh, I think I'll have a cup of coffee or make some dinner. So we're aware when we're thinking that, and then we get up, and then quite often we go absent until we reach the kettle or the cooker, the stove. So it's those in-between times that quite often thoughts pop in and get carried away. And even in a blink of an eye, you can end up in a bad mood. You get carried away by a storyline, a regret, a worry. So those in-between times, like waiting for the bus, waiting to fill your fuel tank up at the petrol station, the gas station. Waiting for the computer to boot up. Learn to wait, okay? And feel that impatience in there and up here. And there's another side to, another element to mindfulness in every day, and that is when we need approval, things like that, when we want to be noticed by somebody. What we do, if we want to be noticed by people a lot, we want them to make us feel good. You give your gold away. It's like you have gold, you give it away, and you say, give me that way because I need it. It's, okay, it doesn't quite make sense. So what we do, when you feel yourself wanting approval from somebody, or you want to be noticed or not noticed, depending on what we've done. If we feel ashamed, we don't want to be noticed. Okay? Or if we feel ashamed, we might want to be noticed, so it makes us feel all right. Yeah? So notice what that wanting approval feeling. There are thoughts going on, and there's a bodily sensation. It may go quite deep, a deep sort of well of sort of wanting something. And I hope to get it from Jack, or Millie. I don't know why Millie, I don't know. And so, but be with that wanting approval. That's what heals it. So we can be with those uncomfortable little feelings, because if we don't learn to be with them, we look outside ourselves for that fulfillment, for something to appease it, to placate it, to fill it. But be with it, learn to be with that maybe uncomfortable little wanting approval. Also, that there's when we agree with people, we're nodding in agreement. Oh yeah, and the heart's saying no. Just begin to notice when we do that. Oh, we might disagree with somebody just to be awkward, just to be contrary. So we notice things like that. Just begin to notice yourself. And this is not about judgment or criticism. Okay? It's a non-judgmental noticing. We're not commentating. We're not, oh, this is good, that's bad. We're just this neutral, in a sense, it's neutral, a neutral noticing. So we're like investigators, we're scientists in a certain sort of way. It's often, don't we agree with somebody when we don't actually agree with them. And then what does that do? If we do that a lot, or if it's about something major, what do we do afterwards? We feel maybe a bit silly, a bit weak, a bit, why didn't I stick up for myself? Or a bit sort of resentful. So the first step in standing up for ourselves in that way is to notice, to actually be with it. That gives us space for choosing how to act. Okay, so to do with well, if you have any problem with the program, any questions, do get in touch with us, guys, okay? Don't just let it sort of fester there. Any questions, pop them over and we'll do our best to respond and answer them. Yeah. As well as being here to guide you, if you need practical help with the program, any practical questions, just pop them over and either I or John, the tech guy, will do our best to answer them. He's far better than I am with all that stuff. I prefer just to sit in front of the camera and rub it on. Okay. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in a week or two. Okay. Bye-bye.